As the princess walked into the church, she suddenly realized there was no love between her and this man. So right then and there, she turned and ran out. Even though the entire country was watching, she didn't care. That bold move ended up changing her life forever. A few minutes later, she walked back into the church, this time with purpose and confidence. She called out to her fiancé, took off her ring, and handed it back to him. The man understood, this marriage wasn't something either of them truly wanted. He calmly accepted her decision. Standing tall like a queen, the princess declared that she should never be forced into marriage because of some outdated law. She asked, "If I weren't a princess, if I were your daughter, your sister, your granddaughter, would you still force me to marry someone I don't love?" Her speech struck a deep chord with the people. She believed, with all her heart, that she would make a great queen. But then, her uncle tried to interfere again, using the law to block her from the throne, just so his nephew could take power. But right then, that very nephew, Nicholas, stepped forward. He gave up his claim, and publicly supported the princess's right to be queen. She was kind, sincere, and deeply cared for her people. Everything a true queen should be. Mia had just turned 21, and was preparing to take the throne from her grandmother. But there was one issue. A law required her to marry before becoming queen. The council gave her 1 month to find a suitable husband, or else the throne would go to another prince. So the queen threw a grand ball, but none of the men there impressed Mia, until one man stepped in and saved her from an awkward moment. There was an instant connection. What Mia didn't expect was that this charming stranger had an agenda. When she found out he was Nicholas, her competition for the throne, she was stunned. He greeted her like a gentleman, but she refused to acknowledge him. At her grandmother's urging,
Mia, would you care to welcome our guest?
Mia decided to play along and chose a fiancé. They quickly started a romance, and within a week, she had a ring on her finger. She accepted her royal fate, but behind the scenes, her uncle was scheming. He convinced Nicholas to get close to Mia, to sabotage the marriage, and stop her from becoming queen. One day, Mia was reading on the steps, when Nicholas came to charm her. She called him out for approaching her at the ball with fake intentions. Just then, a servant came looking for her. To hide, the two ducked into a storage closet. Nicholas casually flicked off the light. The air was tense, something was clearly sparking between them. But before anything could happen, the door swung open.